We have 80,000.
80,000.
80,000 chemicals in commerce.
Companies are free to put a chemical on the market with zero information about its health or safety properties.
You look at some of the things that are on store shelves today and you can't believe it.
We have products on the market and nobody knows if they're safe or not, and nobody's testing it because they don't have to.
I don't want to take the chance of buying something that could be really bad for my family.
Well, that's the gang. Chances are you bought them already.
Almost all of our consumer products are made up of chemicals, and a lot of those chemicals are harmful.
There are different chemicals, they're in different levels, and it's getting into us in every conceivable way possible.
And so your body is ground zero in the battle over pollution. That's the fundamental change that's happened.
Toxic chemicals that interfere with reproductive systems, that cause cancers, that interfere with our immune systems, that interfere with development.
These things can all be affected by very small amounts of chemicals.
Well, somehow we have industrial chemicals floating around in our bodies. And you'd think one of those would be enough. But 232, it's kind of hard to say what's going on.
You know, when people start wanting to know about this stuff, when somebody in their family has cancer or learning disability.
In the past 35 years, the incidence of cancer in children has jumped 27% to 1 in every 330 kids in this country. And it is the leading cause of disease-related deaths in them as well. And that's just the tip of the iceberg here, as the incidence for nearly all major diseases in children have gone up in recent years. And then there's autism. It's a relatively recently diagnosed neurological disorder that still baffles researchers to this day, and it's absolutely everywhere. The highest rates are in Minnesota, where a staggering 1 in every 67 children have it. But the lowest rates in this country, and I find this to be incredibly strange, are in Iowa, directly bordering Minnesota to the south, where 1 in every 718 children are affected. What could they be doing wrong in Minnesota that they're doing right in Iowa? And is it really that simple? It's hard to tell. But it is causing the families an awful lot of pain, and it's costing the nation $35 billion a year to find out.
And I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure out, just looking at the prevalence numbers of autism, we've gone from 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 110. That's not genetics alone. I mean, I don't think anybody seriously believes that anymore, so that leaves open a huge window of opportunity to start studying and taking very seriously what environmental exposures are also coming into play here.
For a long time, the best understanding has been it's a function somehow of genetics, but tonight, new research suggests that what researchers call environmental factors may play at least as big a role.
One of the questions we see so often in the autism community is, do you think we're just diagnosing them better or we're recognizing it earlier? No, not at all. I've been in too many schools in areas that aren't known for the quality of their autism services, and teachers will pull me aside and say, where are these kids coming from? I mean, 5 years ago, we had 3 kids in early childhood with autism. We've got 28 now. There's something we have been doing over the course of the past several years that is causing or contributing to cause huge increases in autism.
And there's a few things we know. We know that autism rates are much higher around government Superfund sites where the toxins are very high. That doesn't pinpoint what the toxin is, but it does pinpoint that it's environmental toxins are involved in this. And some chemicals have been directly linked. Perhaps the one most closely linked is a kind of pesticide, a class of pesticides, the organophosphates. They were originally developed in World War II as nerve gas agents, as agents of war, and now we spray them on our food. And the kids who have the highest levels in their blood are the ones that have the highest rates of autism in a number of different studies.
People say to me, like, what do we need to fix this system? I say it's simple. Everything.
And the concern should be not just about us, but more importantly about future generations.
In these next 10 to 15 to 20 years, you need to do something about it.
There are choices that people can make.
There are things that we can do about it.
Each one of us can be that beginning today.
The difference between a chance and no chance, the difference between some hope and no hope is a huge difference.